It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you were in the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic, and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown? And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
I kind of agree with you on that one.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology. I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals, which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turned psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion.
Yeah. Joker's kind of good silent character, I find. He has perfect face emotions.
Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea to do. Don't want to scare people too much.
The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned.
Yeah, besides I got the one politician that could beat you all the way up.
Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the chosen one. Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Guess you won't be going to school for a while. Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end.
That's a good one. Yeah, no, that enraged me at the beginning of this. Alright, I need to take a few minute break. I am just going to go use the washroom quickly. Shouldn't be going too so long. And I will be back. It's actually kind of funny because I've always called it that. Looks things have finally settled down. It's going to get really busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
The chief's right. Let's hit the hay.
Nice.
As I forgot to hit that. Well, it depends. It depends on how poor of a student you are. You might have to do your laundry in the washroom.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the police report on your death isn't going to show up at your school. No need to worry. Seems prosecutor and Najima worked out some kind of deal with the higher-ups or something. I mean, they haven't even said anything to me even. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine. And I guess if they report you your death now, they'd basically be saying you are the Phantom Thief. They can't really go announcing what the Phantom Thieves are, so I'm sure they'll avoid it.
Well,
Reminds me of the relationship with Ketchy unexpected grew stronger, didn't it? Even though Ketchy was taking to the fake you at the time. What do you mean? That's true. Ketchy meant the cognitive you in the palace. I don't know what he said to that version of you in there, but he should make use of this. And if nothing else, it shows our operation was smashing success. Remember how I hijacked your phone during the school trip? That kinda came in handy. How so? I'm not interested. How so? Well, remember how I put that wiretap on Akechi's phone? Basically, that let me see GPS info from two phones, yours and his. Now what I do with that info? I'd be able to tell the precise moment Sejinam, who had your phone, ran into Akechi. Oh, that's cool. That's when I saw my chance that Beep sent the signal to activate the metaverse navigation. But there was a chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word. That's why we needed you to tell Senajam. Am I? Sorry about that. Hello, Baraki Gamer? How do you pronounce that one? Or do you just mind if I call you Gamer? How are you doing, Gamer? And yeah, the problem with Darkness is I'm waiting on getting a new mic because the mic I'm using is part of my headset, so it's literally right by my face. And the show the phone to Akechi. This man still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it.
but
So I couldn't have directly hacked into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all. But you know how it has that bookmark function? All you have to do is push that button. Make the phone think he was pushing the button was totally doable. Pretty good, huh? It was definitely a good plan. Do I have any more to put on there? Nope. It's very weird to have the chocolate fountain sitting there, though.
nice.
Alright. Alright, well, off to bed, I guess.
I'm gonna head back then.
I'm alright. Besides the snow up here. Oh, nice. I guess I'm heading home. To bed. Sleep. Well, I welcome you both here. I haven't decided if I'm going to try to do New Game Plus with this game yet or not, so still pondering that one. Which audio? My audio or the game's audio? Because if it's the game's audio, unfortunately, when it goes into load screens, there's a delay, and if, for whatever reason, it starts skipping the sound. If it's me, I could probably try and fix that. Oh, cool. I will definitely have to try and get those. And you were mentioning, Darkness, that I have a bit more time to try and work on my confidence, right? He went home, so I announced it during homeroom. Oh, that's good to know. But that's a lie, right? It is. I just knew. Planning something with Sonokun and the others, huh? Well, try not to trouble the school or the parents, okay? Also, make sure you're keeping up with your studies. I'll handle your homework as long as you request me. Yeah. That was one of the things I was kind of worried about. Is it true that the leader of the Fantasies is dead? How could the police let him commit suicide in jail? They need to get their shit together. Quiet down, you're in class. Break's been over for quite some time now. I swine, you're like monkeys in a zoo. Oh, yeah. I received word that from Who's family that he'll be absent for a bit. Jeez, what do you people think school is anyway? Yeah, it is kind of intimidating, isn't it? Hey, I can't be true, can it? Please tell me you're okay. Not a problem here, I'm all good. Yeah, I'm all good. Oh, thank God you're safe. That suicide report was all over the news, and Miss Crouch just said you went back to your hometown. I was honestly worried about not contacting you. Even Sakamoto was dodging the question when I tried to ask him. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone. By the way, the fat site is really messed up right now. But I'll keep supporting you from the shadows. Good luck. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be working on that one. I was trying to get them all up before this happened, but there's so many of them. You don't need to worry about it here, but try not to do anything to draw attention. Anyways, today's a day off, so eat your curry and take it easy. You can take your time with it, too. It's not like your customers are going to be showing up.
Okay.
I think I got everybody to at least 7. But I'll take a quick look in a sec. That was another reason why I might end up playing Game 3 Plus, because I don't think everybody's high enough. Have you guys figured out keyword for Shido's Palace yet? I've tried all sorts of stuff, but no luck so far. It's hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. You know, I've been wondering, if he's been behind all of the mental shutdowns, doesn't that mean all weird accidents from the past few years were his fault? Like the subway accident back in April? Now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. Wait, are you trying to say Shido causes the accident? But it was the subway. Does he not care about all the innocent lives? This man seems to be truly unbelievable. Oh. Yeah, for whatever reason, her background's a lot darker. Oh, you mean they're straight up level? I think everybody's level 54 right now. Have no clue either. Maybe she's not in the chat. I suppose there are still tons of victims in the hospital now. Mayo Shiro. How many has he killed over the years? How would he even understand what goes on in the mind of such a horrible man? Hey, would it be fast if we just go there and try and think about it on the site? Let's try that. If we're... Nope, she's in the chat. We're going to go. I'd like to hear Markun to join, but... Will that be okay? Won't somebody spot him there? We'll probably figure out the keyword in no time once we're there. Plus, I can throw off anyone who tails us with my blazing speed. Alright, let's have Markun join us there. Remember though, we're going with the intent of not being seen. Yeah, no, I definitely am around average for the levels at this point, or a little below average, but I think it's because I don't go to the metaverse very often. And thank you very much for the follow, Darkness. So yeah, no, it's kind of weird when I think about it, but I'll see. I tend to play these games way slower than a lot of people. Diet building, force bad. Alright, let's head to the diet building. Make sure you aren't discovered, okay? That's weird. Ah, there it goes.
What is it?
That took a lot longer than I expected to trigger. Oh, wow. Yeah, it took me forever to get my stats up, mostly because I really didn't know what I was doing with it. I only have 3 of the stats maxed out right now. Going up. That's the plan. No worries. Thank you very much for the follow as well. Should trigger. It's kind of weird as being slow. You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Sheesh, that stunt she pulls sometimes. Just don't stay out too late. Alright, have a good night, Darkness. Thanks for showing up. And thanks for all the good information. But yeah, I'll probably end up having to do New Game Plus to get everything done.
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayo Shishido and Diet Building. All we need is what he thinks of this place.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
Conditions have not been met.
What about a mansion?
No.
Since he's going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
Conditions have
What
not
about
been
an arena, like the Colosseum?
met. Conditions have
Imperial Palace?
Conditions have not been met.
It's no good. I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Well, maybe it had some special move written in it.
Is that even possible? Who knows? I've got no idea. There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him. Excuse me. I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance, his dedication for country, is how he's garnered everyone's trust. He's an admirable man of action, with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician. I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
An exemplary answer. It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
Wait, is it about us?
That doesn't look good.
We should leave at once. Tomorrow's the day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. Meet at LeBlanc, okay? We should all think about this tonight.
LeBlanc.
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more. However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
It's actually kind of funny how he goes with the superhero disguise of just a hood.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility? Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
The election's public notification is tomorrow. No matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
Drew up online. They all sound so goddamn fake. I checked his profile as well, but I couldn't find much more outside of his title and education. He's currently 53 years old. Oh wow, looks really young for 53. Has been going from metropolite assembly to representative. Though he is cabinet minister, he's split from the ruling party to form the United Futa Party. Shido's a cabinet minister, for real? He was specifically appointed to the position, that's his current title. Apparently he has won a contest from who people would most likely have as their boss. Even the news site writes about him as though he's assured to become the prime minister. That's scary. If we could find out the means behind Shiro's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
Ugh,